In this bulletin, revealed, most businesses have no idea of how much they print or what it costs. Printer companies and aftermarket suppliers continue to target India, and ink suppliers move to other markets.
From across the planet, Recycling Times keeps you in touch with the latest computer printing news.
Hello, I'm David Gibbons and here is the news. The aftermarket printing consumables industry is in shock following the sudden and accidental death of Peter White, the owner of the UK-based PrintChip company. inTouch TV News and Recycling Times Media extend their condolences to Peter's staff and his family. And in other news, most businesses have no idea how much printing takes place in their organisation, or how much this often forgotten expenditure is actually costing them. Research firm IDC have published a white paper sponsored by Oki Europe saying small and medium businesses need to address how they purchase and manage their printers in order to see cost savings. The report also says the growth in popularity of colour laser and LED printing in small and medium businesses is being managed more and more by external print providers. One of the largest ink manufacturers and suppliers in Malaysia plans to take their expertise to India to address the major concern of ink printing costs in the country. Easy Ink launched their print solution to the media in Chennai last week. They claim their new continuous ink supply system, or CISS, will revolutionise the Indian colour printing market because it is very affordable. India is one of the largest markets for printers and consumables, but cartridge costs are unaffordable for most people. So many consumers resort to cheaper inks they can refill on the street corner. The printer makers, or OEMs, also see the potential in India. Xerox India has just partnered with YesStar India to open one new retail shop in India every week for the next 2 years to help businesses better manage their office printing. Lawsuits between printer manufacturers and the aftermarket consumables industry continue to hold an interest with cartridge remanufacturers. Visitors attending the ReChina trade show in Shanghai last week were no exception. Many turned up to hear market analyst Charles Brewer's updates on the legal battles during 2012.
I think the thing that most people are interested right now is the Canon lawsuit over the gears. And as we've seen that kind of come to fruition, we've had more and more interest.
Lexmark and Epson have also filed complaints against remanufacturers, which will change the way cartridges have to be remanufactured in the future. One of the world's largest suppliers of inks says they have to hike up the prices of their inks in January. Sun Chemical makes inks for commercial printing presses as well as inkjet inks. Customers in Europe, Middle East and Africa, as well as in Brazil, have been told the costs on raw material prices and weaker currencies are to blame. Other ink providers had announced price rises earlier in November. The directors of an ink supply company based in the UK, and honoured in person by the Queen, say they have to look for new markets if they want to keep growing. Diamond Dispersions, who manufacture ink dispersions for OEMs as well as the aftermarket, are now looking to the textile and UV industrial markets.
We are now looking at the new, emerging, extremely exciting markets, the rapid growth in textiles, in industrial, inkjets, in UV.
Their business continues to grow 40% every year, and now they need expert financial help to make sure they can keep funding the growth. They say that anyone can mill the ingredients for ink, but their specialty is in the quality of chemistry applied to the dispersion product.
Diamond has never sold on price. Diamond has always sold on quality. And that's the market that we are now chasing.
And I'll be back with more news straight after this short message. Welcome back, I'm David Gibbons, and in brief, Lexmark has been awarded a patent for fusing magenta coloured toner onto paper. So what? Its inventors explain that of the 4 printing process colours, cyan, yellow, black and magenta, magenta has been the most difficult colour to fuse. In order to stop attacks by hackers, Samsung has issued a fix for their printers and also some Dell printers made by them. Previously, the Simple Network Management Protocol, or SNMP, could allow hackers to read a printer's network information or stored credentials and access sensitive information passed to it by users. Cartridge World shops in the UK are looking for heroes who have worked hard in their businesses despite the tough economic times. Winners will receive a £50 gift hamper before Christmas. And Steve Whedon now joins us for just a minute.
Are you one of those businessmen who says, if it's made in China, I'm not interested? It's kind of odd that in this world, which is a very competitive world, there's still some people in this industry who say if it's made in China, it cannot be good quality. It's a bit like saying everything made in the USA is always good quality. And of course it isn't, in the same way that everything made in China is not bad quality. There is good and bad everywhere in every market. But what we have to do as an industry is have an open mind to look to see what good quality is. What I'm recommending is that remanufacturers have a different criteria looking at alternative products. Frankly, all that needs to be done today is to identify a cost saving that's meaningful. If it is meaningful, then go ahead and do some testing. It must produce a print defect-free performance. If it does not, throw it out and stop wasting money. But if it does produce a print defect-free performance, it is either better than what you currently buy and cheaper, or not as good as what you currently buy, but there is money to be saved. If it's print defect-free, the decision really ought to be a commercial one, not a technical one.
Thanks, Steve Whedon. Steve is just one of our exclusive columnists each month in the Recycling Times magazine in hard copy as well as digital. Thanks for joining me. See you again next week. I'm David Gibbons.